I've got it all saved, but the other ones I just had too many problems this morning with the other one. I don't know what I'm doing yet on it, I don't think. All right, look at number one, guys. We're going to graph this circle first, and then we'll write the equation for it. To graph a circle, if the center is 0, 0, I need everybody to put a point 0, 0, 0 on your graph. All right, now the radius is 5. That means you go up 5, put a point. You go right 5, put a point. Left 5, and down 5, and then you can draw your circle. So that's really easy.
That's all you do?
That's how you graph it. Now we have to write the equation for the circle. Yeah, I can see some of y'all are struggling making a circle.
Can we get a spinny thingy?
Do the best you can on it. I'll pass you a spinny thing out later. We're not going to graph very many, and we're only graphing 4. So. Yeah, some of y'all are really struggling. All right, so if the center is 0, 0, it's going to make it really easy to write your equation. You're just going to write x squared plus y squared equals 25. How did we get 25? Yeah, 5 is the radius. We squared it. We got 25. All right, so that's number one. You got your equation for the circle, and we graphed our circle. Now, it's going to get a little harder, but not much. All right, let's go to number 2. All right, so this time, let's go ahead and graph this one. Where's my center at? -1 up 4, put a point. -1 up 4, put a point.
This is so silly.
And there it went. Yeah, I was using the new program, and I had some problems doing some stuff on it this morning, so I'm just going to use the old program today.
I'm not going to have to use this to go grocery shopping, so. Shoot, I didn't ask
All right, so let's start over here. -1 up 4, got our point. Our radius is 3, so you go 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3 down, and make your circle. All right, now we're going to write our equation this time. This time it's going to be a little bit different. All right, look, if we've got -1 in the ordered pair as our center, then that's x plus 1 when you put it in the parentheses. This is going to be y minus 4. Y'all see why it's a -4? I changed the sign. It was a +4 when you write it in your standard form of the equation. You make it a negative. Equals what? 3 squared is 9. So there's my equation. There's my circle.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, question on this one before we go to 3. All right, let's go to 3. Already done number 1. All right, so number 3, let's go ahead and graph your center. -1 down 3 right here. Now, our radius is √2/2. Somebody make that a decimal, please. 0.7. Does everybody agree it's 0.7?
You ain't going to round it up?
Let's don't round it up. So, how do we go up 0.7? Well, if it was 0.5, you'd go halfway, right? So 0.7 is a little more than halfway, a little more than halfway in every direction. It's just going to be a real tiny circle on this one. All right, so now let's write your equation. All right, what goes in the first parenthesis? X plus 1. Good. What goes in the second parenthesis? Y plus 3. Got you, squared. Now, you're going to have to use your calculator. We've got to square that number. So in your calculator, put in √2/2 and square it. √2/2 and square it. I got you. 2. 1/2 it is. All right, so y'all do number 4. Y'all should be able to do 4 without me, right? right, what's my decimal gonna be for 7/2? So 1, 2, 3.5, 1, 2, 3.5, 1, 2, 3.5, 1, 2, 3.5. All right, so your final answer on this one would be x plus 2, 0. You could do y plus 0 squared, x plus 2 squared, or you could do just y squared. Somebody square 7/2. What's that, 49/4?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're good on 1 through 4. You guys know how to graph them. It's really easy to graph them, and I'm not going to make you graph any on the back, okay?
Does that y have to be in those parentheses?
No. All right, flip over on the back. All right, so now it looks different because it's not set up in standard form. So now we have to set it up. We have to go through the steps. So what we're going to do first, we're going to get all of our x's in a group. I got x squared minus 4x. I'm going to put a box, and we'll add a number in that group in a minute. We're going to put our x's in a group and our y's in a group. This is how you're going to find the standard form for the circle. All right, so the y squared plus 14y, then I'll have a box for that. Now, negative 47 does not have an x or a y. What do y'all think we do with it? Let's move it over. Let's make it a positive 47. Let's get it out of the way. All right, so look at what I've done. I group my x's. You got to have them in that order. Your x squared needs to be in the first spot. Minus 4x needs to be in the second spot. And then you got a blank box for the third spot. All right, so to fill in each box, we have to do what y'all learned last year. Hopefully, we got to complete the square. All right, so how do we complete the square? What's half of 4? Don't worry about it being a negative 4. Half of 4 is 2. Now, square 2, what do you get? All right, so we got to put plus 4 there and plus 4 there, because whatever you add on one side of the equation, you got to add on the other side, right? All right, so I did half of 4 is 2, and then you square it. All right, so Matthew, half of 14, 7, and then square it, 49. So I got a plus 49 and a plus 49. Yep. All right, somebody add these three numbers up for me. Tell me what you get. 100, 100. All right, is everybody good? All right, don't write down this next step. I want to show you something. Don't write down what I'm writing right now. If we factored out this equation, it would be x and x. Let's see, 4 would be minus 2 and minus 2, right? And since this is written down twice, then you would write it as x minus 2 squared. Okay, but I want y'all to be able to go straight to that without factoring it out. And how you do that is, if you look at the second trinomial, it would be y plus half of 14 is 7. So we should be able to do that without factoring it out, writing it out twice. Follow me? So this would have been x minus half of that is 2.
Okay, so you always just do half on the second number?
Y plus half of that is 7. All right, so this is our standard form of the circle. So it's 2 steps basically. All right, so Matthew, what is my center going to be now from here? Positive 2, negative 7. What's my radius going to be? That's when you take the square root of that. So the square root of 100 is 10. Now, I'm not making you graph this one. If I were, then you would have to count up 10, down 10, right 10, left 10. It'd be a big circle. And you won't have to graph many of them on the test. You'll mainly have to do this type work. All right, Taylor, we good? Question on this part, on number 5. All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
Why is it positive 2 and negative
Okay, whatever the sign is here, if I had x minus 2 equals 0, Gabby, and I moved it over, then it would be a positive 2. That's what you're doing when you write your center. Taylor?
I need you to explain how you got the 4 and the 49.
Okay, I will on the next one write this down, and we'll do it on the next one. You got it written down? All right, here we go. All right, we're going to find another one like that. So 5, let's go to 8. Everybody go to 8. Let me write it down. Got x squared plus y squared plus 6x minus 8y plus 18 equals 0. All right, so we're going to group everything by x's and y's. So these two are my x's, so it's x squared plus 6x, then a box. All right, that is all my x's. Then I put my y's in a group. That's going to be y squared minus 8y, then a box. What do we do with this plus 18 since it doesn't have an x or a y? Move it over, make it a negative 18. All right, so first step, you're just grouping everything together. Yep. All right, you ready, Taylor? To fill in the box now, take half of this number. What's half of 6? 3. And then square it. 3 squared is 9. That's how you do it. Take half of 6 and then square that number.
So you do that for every problem?
Yep, every problem. And if you put plus 9 there, Taylor, you got to put plus 9 over here. Whatever you add on one side, you got to add on the other.
How do you know it's going to be negative 18?
Because it was a positive 18 up here, and when I moved it over, I had to make it a negative 18. Okay? All right, let's do this one. Half of 8. Don't worry about it being a negative. Half of 8 is 4. Square 4, you get 16 there and 16 there. All right, I need somebody to add those three numbers up for me. 7. Okay. All right, question before I go to the next step. Okay, now we got to fill in this parenthesis. So, Brianna, I do x plus half of that, so it's x plus 3. That's all you do. All right, for the other one, I do y minus half of that, so it's y minus 4. That is our standard form for the circle. Now you can write your answer for the center and the radius out on the right side. All right, Matthew, what's our center going to be? Negative 3
Oh, we gotta change it.
and positive 4. Remember, you've got to change the signs when you do this part. Taking them out of the parentheses. What's my radius? How do I find the radius? Take the square root of 7. Make it a decimal when you do that. So it's going to be, what, 2 point something? 2.5, rounded up to 2.6. Is that right? Okay, if you leave it 2.5, it's okay.
Wait, how did you get the rating?
Square root of 7.
Okay.
And make it a decimal in your calculator.
Coach, it's just 2.6 in general. Yeah.
2.6. All right, we good? All right, there's one more like this before we have to do something a little bit different. Let's go to number 9. Everybody look at number 9. Now, what do y'all notice about 9? They don't have groups of anything, do they?
No, sir.
So if I move that over, it'll be x squared plus y squared equals 49. So this problem is already done. We don't have any groups on this one that we have to do. So what's my center on this one if there's nothing else with the x or the y? 0, 0. What's my radius? 7. Yeah, that one's Kate. All right, so now let's move up. Let's look at number 6. All right, y'all look at this one. How is 6 different from the ones we've done so far? Yeah, every problem we've had so far has been x squared and y squared. Well, this is 2x squared, Harley, and 2y squared. So anytime you have this, Matthew, I'm going to make sure they're the same number for right now. And what you want to do is divide everything by 2, all the way down on both sides of the equal sign. Okay? Now, as you do that, go ahead and write your numbers in groups after you divide them by 2. All right, try to do that step. Divide them and write them in your groups. All right, so I got x squared. I got minus 10x. I'll need a box for that group. Every group needs a box. Y squared, 8 divided by 2 is 4y. I'll need a box for that group. What's 34 divided by 2?
17.
Move it over, it's negative 17. Why are we moving that one over? Because it doesn't belong in a group, right? It doesn't have an x or a y. All right, we'll stop here and see if y'all can finish it out. All right, Taylor, help me here. We got to fill in this box. How do I do it?
Half a 10.
Good, half of 10 is 5. Now what? Good. So I got 25 there, plus 25 there. All right, let's do the other one. Half of 4 is 2. Squared is plus 4 there and plus 4 there. All right, y'all add these three numbers up. What do you get? Got 12.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so last thing we got to do is fill in the parentheses. So, what goes in the first parenthesis? What do I do? X minus 5 is correct.
And y minus 2.
Hey, come on in.
They mentioned you were having trouble with your email?
Yeah. You guys finish this one for me. We'll take a break. Sorry, Bernard. No, you are good, and I appreciate you. Now, I had Marty and Pete in here yesterday. They added some programs. I don't know if that would make a difference to you.
It should.
Okay.
Are these the ones you're looking for?
All right, so 6, y'all got 5, negative 2. What's y'all's radius right here on number 6? 3.4?
I got 2.
2.4. It's got to be 3 point something. You got to find the square root of 12.
I got 3.5.
I got it.
All right, so we'll go with 3.5. All right, now look, this is all that we're adding today as far as how hard it's going to get. Is dividing every number by what's in front of the x squared. We'll do some more stuff later after spring break.
Wait, what'd you get? Is that what we doing?
No, it's not what we're doing. But you will have some free time at the end today. Use some makeup time. All right, so we're looking at number 7. On number 7, what are we going to divide everything by first before I put them into groups?
4.
Yeah. For right now, I'm going to make these numbers the same. So we divide everything by 4. So that's going to be x squared minus 6x in your box. It's going to be y squared plus 4y in your box. All right, I'm going to need some help. Somebody divide negative 51 divided by 4. Negative 12.75. All right, so you guys should be able to finish it from here. Try it. Taylor, how are we going to figure out what goes in the box right here?
Half a 6.
It's 3 squared is 9. So I got to do plus 9 there and plus 9 there. We're good on that. Do this one.
10 and 4.
Plus 4 there, plus 4 there. Excellent. All right. All right, Taylor, can you plug in what goes there?
X
Minus
plus
3. Use the sign that they have. All right, what goes in the other one?
Y plus 2.
Very good. Somebody add these three numbers up for me, please. 0.25 is what I'm hearing the most. Is that right?
Wait, hold on.
0.25. Do I need to add those three up?
That's the same thing as 1.
Negative 12.75 plus 9 plus 4. I think that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot the negative.
Okay, so now, what is your center? Positive 3 and negative 2. Don't forget about flipping the signs there. What is your radius on this one? 0.5? All right, 0.5.
Wait, how do you figure?
All right, how did we get 0.5? We took the square root of 0.25, put it in your calculator, it should give you 0.5. All right, so y'all got two more on this sheet that you got to do, number 10 and number 12. 12 was the only one that gave first block trouble. All right, I'm going to stop my video, let y'all finish 10. We'll see if you get it right.